Detroit Tigers versus Pittsburgh Pirates. The Tigers travel to the Steel City to take on the Pirates in a continuation of their interleague series. The Tigers have hit a recent rough patch and hope to get back to winning against the NL Central Division's last-place team. The pitching matchup in the series finale will feature righty Casey Mize, 9-3, 3.15, of the Tigers taking on fellow righty Mitch Keller, 3-10, 3.48, of the Pirates. The Tigers arrived in Pittsburgh after erasing a 6-game losing streak on Sunday night in a 2-1 win over the Rangers in Arlington. The Tigers lost the first 2 games of the series 4-1 and 2-0. The offense wasn't much better on Sunday night, but it was enough to pick up a victory. Tigers ace Tarek Skubal was his usual dominant self, allowing 4 hits and 1 run in 6.1 innings of work while striking out 10. Matt Vierling's RBI single in the 8th inning broke a 1-1 tie and helped end the team's losing streak. The Tigers hope to start piecing together wins this week after suffering through a season-high 6-game losing streak. They'll turn to all-star righty Casey Mize in Game 2 against the Pirates. Mize is 9-3 on the season in 16 starts, including 6 quality starts. He has an ERA of 3.15 and a WHIP of 1.22 while walking 22 and striking out 77. Mize has allowed 86 hits in 88.2 innings of work, including 12 home runs. In his last start, Mize was roughed up for 6 hits and 6 runs in just 3 innings of work in a 15-7 loss to the Mariners in Detroit. The Tigers have won 4 of Mize's last 5 starts. On the road, he is 4-2 with a 3.08 ERA in 9 games. The Pittsburgh Pirates have struggled for much of the season and came into Monday night's series opener with a 3-game losing streak. The Pirates were swept at home over the weekend by the struggling Chicago White Sox. The Pirates were dominated from start to finish in the series, outscored 27-7 by the White Sox. On Sunday, the White Sox completed the sweep with a 7-2 win over the Bucks. Pirates starter Andrew Heaney was roughed up for 9 hits and 7 runs in just 4 innings of work. The Pirates were held to just 4 hits in the game, continuing their offensive struggles against even the league's weakest teams. The Pirates are alone in last place in what has been a competitive NL Central Division this season. They are currently the only team in the division with a sub-500 record. They'll turn to hard-luck righty Mitch Keller in Game 2 on Tuesday night. Keller is 3-10 on the season in 20 starts, including 14 quality starts. He has an ERA of 3.48 and a WHIP of 1.14 while walking 27 and striking out 92. Keller has allowed 109 hits in 119 innings of work, including 9 home runs. In his last start, a 2-1 win over the Twins in Minnesota, Keller went 6 innings and allowed just 4 hits and 1 run while striking out 3. The Pirates are 3-2 in Keller's last 5 starts overall. At home, Keller is 2-7 with a solid 3.89 ERA in 12 starts, showing better results than his record would suggest. Keller's ability to limit the opposition, coupled with the Pirates' inability to score runs, has led to the Pirates hitting the under in 4 of Keller's last 5 starts. As a team, the Tigers pushed across just 7 runs in the 3-game sweep at the hands of the White Sox this weekend. The Tigers scored just 3 runs in their 3 games in Texas against the Rangers. Stick with recent trends and expect a low-scoring game, especially with both offenses showing minimal production over the past week. This is a fairly even pitching matchup on Tuesday night when Casey Mize opposes Mitch Keller on the hill. Both pitchers have ERAs under 3.50 and consistently keep their teams in the game, showcasing the ability to navigate lineups and limit damage. While their individual numbers may be close, the edge shifts to Mize largely due to the quality of the lineup behind him and the depth of the Tigers' bullpen, which has been more reliable in high-leverage situations. The Tigers have stumbled recently, dropping a few close games, but they still hold the best record in the AL and boast a far superior offense compared to the Pirates. Detroit is hitting nearly 260 as a team, spreading production throughout the lineup, while Pittsburgh continues to struggle at the plate, batting under 230 as a team, and lacking consistency beyond a few core contributors. Keller's 10 losses this year are more indicative of his lack of run support than of his pitching ability. That narrative is likely to continue on Tuesday night. Keller will do his part to keep the Pirates in the game, working deep into the outing and limiting hard contact, but the Pirates' anemic offense and bullpen concerns will likely result in another loss. The more talented and balanced Tigers should take advantage late and come away with the win. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Tigers money line. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. New York Yankees versus Toronto Blue Jays. On Tuesday, the New York Yankees will play the Toronto Blue Jays at Rogers Center. And NY and Toronto played 2 series earlier this season. The Jays won 5 of the 7 matchups and are 6-4 in their last 10 meetings with the Yanks. The over was 7-3 in those 10 games. New York, 55-44 SU, 47-52 RL, and 44-53 OU, won 2 of 3 games against Atlanta in its previous series. The Yankees are 7-3 in their last 10 games. The over was 7-3. New York will start right-hander Cam Schlittler tomorrow against Toronto. The 24-year-old made his MLB debut on July 9th against Seattle, holding the Mariners to 3 runs on 4 hits with 7 strikeouts in a 5.1-inning victory. He was the Yankees' 7th-round draft pick in the 2020 draft out of Northeastern. Schlittler was 6-6, with a 2.82 ERA and 1.21 WHIP in 15 minor league appearances this year. The Yankees may not be the World Series favorite this season, but they are serious contenders. A season after winning the American League pennant, New York acquired several notable players, including starting pitcher Max Fried and veteran bats Paul Goldschmidt and Cody Bellinger. The early returns from those acquisitions have been great, boosting the rotation and lineup while giving the team much-needed balance and veteran leadership. Toronto, 58-41 SU, 58-41 RL, and 53-45 OU, swept San Francisco in its previous series. The Blue Jays are 7-3 in their last 10 games, the under was 6-4, and they've been getting strong pitching performances across the board. Canada's ball club is starting veteran righty Max Scherzer on Tuesday against the Yankees. In his last outing, the 40-year-old allowed 3 runs on 5 hits with 8 strikeouts in 6 innings against the Athletics, showcasing his signature competitiveness and command even at this stage of his career. He is 1-0 with a 4.70 ERA and 1.26 WHIP this season across 5 starts, including a 4.50 ERA and 1.17 WHIP at home in 3 appearances, showing flashes of his former dominance despite limited outings. Scherzer has continued to generate swings and misses with his slider and fastball combination, averaging over a strikeout per inning and maintaining a solid strikeout-to-walk ratio. While he's still working back into full rhythm after returning from injury, his veteran presence and ability to control the tempo give Toronto a reliable arm at the front of the rotation. Facing a Yankees lineup that has cooled off in recent weeks, Scherzer could be in line for another quality outing. With Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Dalton Varsho anchoring the top of the lineup, the Blue Jays have a strong offensive core capable of producing in high-leverage situations. Bichette's ability to hit for average, Guerrero's raw power, and Varsho's versatility at the plate and in the field give Toronto a well-rounded trio that sets the tone early in games. On the mound, a rotation featuring Jose Berrios, Kevin Gausman, Chris Bassett, and the recently acquired Max Scherzer provides both experience and frontline talent, allowing the club to be patient with developing arms like Bowden Francis and Uriel Rodriguez. Toronto made a strong push before the All-Star break, winning 32 of 54 games in May and June, showcasing improved run prevention and timely hitting. They haven't slowed down in July either, opening the month with a 12-3 record and continuing to build momentum in a tight playoff race. With a deep lineup, a high upside pitching staff, and a proven track record over the past few months, the Blue Jays are positioning themselves as one of the more dangerous teams heading into the season's second half. Scherzer should keep the NY lineup mostly in check early, but at this stage in his career, he's unlikely to last longer than 5 innings as the team continues to monitor his workload. That should put additional pressure on the home team's relief corps, which has struggled with consistency and will be tested against one of the league's most dangerous offenses. Ranked second in both WOBA and WRC+, against right-handed pitching. The Blue Jays feature a balanced attack with power throughout the order and the ability to wear down pitching staffs with disciplined at-bats. On the other side, the visiting club is sending out an inexperienced rookie to the mound, and their bullpen has been among the most unreliable in the AL this season, often failing to hold leads or keep games close. With a potent lineup on both sides and shaky arms expected to log key innings, bettors should anticipate at least 10 combined runs in this AL East clash in Toronto, especially with warm weather and favorable hitting conditions at Rogers Center, likely to boost exit velocity and ball flight. A high-scoring affair appears more than likely. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Blue Jays ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Kansas City Royals versus Chicago Cubs. The Kansas City Royals, 48-52, and the Chicago Cubs, 59-40, will play their second of a 3-game series on Tuesday. The first game was played on Monday. This will be the only series between these teams this season. Kansas City has not yet named their starter, while Chicago plans on starting Matthew Boyd, 2.34 ERA. The Kansas City Royals are fighting for their playoff lives in the AL Central, but took a step in the wrong direction in Miami. The Marlins have been one of the hottest teams in baseball, but the Royals were still expecting to win the series down in Florida, though that was not the case. They were finally able to win the last game to avoid the sweep. The Royals are 5.5 games out of the final wildcard spot. In Sunday's game, Salvador Perez hit a home run in the 8th inning to help secure a 7-4 win. Perez has been strong in his return after the All-Star break, as he had 5 hits in the Miami series, including 2 home runs. He homered on Saturday and Sunday, which brings his season total up to 15, which makes him tied for the team lead. He has 56 RBIs and bats, 251 from the 5th spot in the lineup. Perez can play catcher or first base and also takes games as the DH. Jonathan India had 2 RBIs on Sunday from the top of the order. The second baseman now has 4 homers and 26 RBIs on the year. The other Royals with 15 home runs is Vinny Pasquantino. The power hitter bats third and leads the team with 57 RBIs. The Royals do not have a starter named for this game, but do have starters set for the following 3 outings. This could potentially be a bullpen game. The Royals rank second in the MLB in team ERA at 3.49. The Chicago Cubs are playing strong baseball, but not as strong as the Milwaukee Brewers, who just caught them at the top of the NL Central. The Cubs just won 2 of 3 at home against the Red Sox, but the Brewers are on a 10-game win streak, which is how they caught Chicago at the top. The Cubs couldn't sweep the Red Sox as they lost the final game of the series on Sunday. In that game, Ian Happ had an RBI single in the 2nd inning, but they did not score again in the 6-1 loss. Happ is their 30-year-old left fielder. He has played for the Cubs his entire career, which began in 2017. He had a career-high 25 home runs last year, and this year he has 13 to go with 48 RBIs and a 228 batting average. Happ batted 7th in the lineup on Sunday. Pete Crow Armstrong is enjoying his breakout season. The 23-year-old All-Star is tied for the team lead with 26 home runs and has added 72 RBIs. Crow Armstrong also leads the team with 28 stolen bases and bats 5th in the lineup. Seiya Suzuki takes the DH spot. He also has 26 home runs and leads the team with 80 RBIs while batting third with his 261 batting average. Matthew Boyd will make his 20th start as a 34-year-old left-hander. He leads the team in innings pitched and in wins with his 10-3 record. His ERA is 2.34 to go with 102 strikeouts against 23 walks. In his last appearance, he pitched 8 scoreless innings in a win over the Yankees. The Cubs have been an under team as of late, and they will keep that trend going with Boyd on the mound. It was well documented above how well Boyd has been pitching lately, including dominating the Yankees lineup in his last appearance on the mound. Collectively, the team has gone under in 7 of their last 9 games and held their opponents to 2 or fewer runs in 5 of those games. Kansas City does not yet have a starter named, but they have been able to scrape by and string together strong performances, as they are second in the league in team ERA. This will be another low-scoring game. The Cubs are sending Matthew Boyd to the mound, where he has been excellent lately as the clubhouse leader in wins. Chicago has won 4 straight games with Boyd on the mound, including 3 games where he did not give up a single run against the Cardinals twice, and once against the powerful Yankees. In the New York game, he lasted 8 innings and gave up just 4 hits, dominating one of the more dangerous lineups in the league. Boyd has been mixing his pitches well, relying on a sharp slider and deceptive fastball to keep hitters off balance. He will overpower this Kansas City offense that just stalled in Miami and has shown very little spark lately. The Royals have not announced their starter, but we know it will not be Bubic, Lugo, or Wacha, as they are all scheduled for after this game. This takes away some of their best arms, and they will not have enough to slow down Chicago at home, where the Cubs have been one of the more consistent and resilient teams, especially when Boyd takes the mound. With his recent form and the Royals' uncertainty on the bump, Chicago has a clear edge. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Chicago Cubs minus 1.5. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Milwaukee Brewers versus Seattle Mariners. The 2025 Major League Baseball season goes on Tuesday, July 22nd, with the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Seattle Mariners in the Interleague Showdown at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington, and Milwaukee and Seattle continue their 3-game regular season series, and Monday's opener has been excluded from the analysis. The Mariners are minus 130 moneyline favorites for Tuesday's battle, while the total sits at 7.0 runs. The Milwaukee Brewers swept a 3-game road series against the reigning World Series champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers, over the weekend, extending their winning streak to 10 games. Last Sunday, the Brew Crew overcame a 3-0 deficit and took full advantage of the Dodgers' sloppy defense. Milwaukee outhit Los Angeles 11-6 and fully deserved to win. The Brewers were tied with the Cubs for the best record in the National League on Monday morning. Milwaukee ranked 7th in the MLB in runs scored, 4.78 per game, and 5th in runs allowed, 3.92. The Brewers are slashing 263/337/411. with 17 home runs across 509 at-bats in July. Jacob Misiorowski is expected to take the mound at T-Mobile Park on Tuesday night. The 23-year-old rookie right-hander is 4-1 with a sharp 2.81 ERA and 0.90 whip in 5 starts and 25.2 innings of work. In his previous start, Misiorowski threw 6 innings of a 1-run ball in a 3-1 home win to the Dodgers on July 8th. Misiorowski has 4 pitches in his arsenal. The flamethrower leans on his 4-seamer, which is in the 99th percentile in fastball velocity. The Seattle Mariners finished the first half of the season in style, sweeping a 3-game road series over the MLB leading Detroit Tigers. The Mariners started the second half with a 3-game home set against Houston and took 2 out of 3 from the Astros. Last Sunday, Seattle put an end to its 5-game winning streak with a heavy 11-3 loss to the Astros. The Mariners were 4 games behind the AL West best Astros on Monday morning. Seattle was tied with the Boston Red Sox for the second wild card in the American League. The Mariners ranked 8th in the majors in runs scored, 4.72 per game, and 21st in runs allowed, 4.41, while hitting 332,480 with 28 home runs across 508 at-bats in July. Logan Gilbert is projected to toe the rubber on Tuesday night, and the 28-year-old right-hander carries a 2-3 record with a 3.39 ERA and 1.05 WHIP in 12 starts, 61 innings pitched this season. His last outing came on July 13th, when Gilbert gave up 2 unearned runs on 6 hits and 2 walks across 5.1 innings of work in a no decision against the Tigers. Gilbert met Milwaukee twice in his career, posting a 6.17 ERA across 11.2 innings of work. The current Brewers are 8 for 32 with a couple of doubles and home runs against Gilbert. Both lineups are hitting well at the moment, but I'm looking for a strong display from the starting duo, and T-Mobile Park is a pitcher-friendly environment. Jacob Misiorowski has pitched lights out in 4 of his 5 starts in the big leagues, showing excellent command and poise under pressure. He fanned 12 in that stellar performance against the Dodgers last time out. On the other side, Logan Gilbert has been inconsistent lately, but he's coming off a solid outing against the Tigers. Gilbert boasts a 2.29 ERA and 0.71 WHIP in 7 home starts this season. While his recent performances have fluctuated, Gilbert's dominance at home has remained steady, and if he can establish his fastball early, he has the tools to neutralize even the hottest lineups. Jacob Misiorowski has been nothing short of spectacular through his first 5 major league starts, but this could be a tricky matchup for a talented rookie. The Mariners boast a .843 OPS and 139 WRC plus against the right-handed pitchers in July. Logan Gilbert will have a tall task, too. The Brewers sport a .790 OPS and 123 WRC plus against the righties in July. Hereof, it's fair to say that this game could easily go either way. I will take the Brewers because of their bullpen. Milwaukee's relief pitching has been terrific so far this month, posting a 2.53 ERA, 0.99 WHIP, and a .187 batting average against, showing impressive command and an ability to escape high-leverage situations with minimal damage. The back end of their bullpen, led by closer Trevor Megill and setup man Brian Hudson, has been especially sharp, consistently shutting the door in the late innings. On the other side, the Mariners' pen holds a troublesome 5.33 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, and a .235 batting average against in July, often allowing rallies to snowball and struggling to strand inherited runners. In what projects to be a close game, the advantage clearly tilts toward Milwaukee when it comes down to the bullpens, giving the Brewers a strong edge late. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Milwaukee Brewers ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.